to focus on MarineLorD MaNa. It's so frustrating. I don't know what it's doing. It's really annoying. Alright, maybe we just can't jump into that then. Which is a shame. Try and fix it up later. Just having some issues there. Alright, well, let's cast this game then to the bottom right hand side. Our red Protoss player here is Team Liquid's MaNa. That's to the top left, our blue Terran from O Gaming, MarineLorD. So PvT best of 3 here right now, as we see a couple of workers jumping into that gas. I'm going to start mining away now. A pylon from MaNa, he's going to open this with some double gateway pressure. So already getting this proxy down and going to try and be aggressive as he can. As this gets going, I just want to say thank you to a couple of subs that I just didn't quite get to because I was trying to fix the issue on the other screen. Thank you so much to Chaos Fuffy, who comes in with the Twitch Prime sub for 4 months in a row and says, dope. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime for 4 months. And Senpai again coming in with that 3-month resub. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And as you do have this game, though, getting going, obviously off to a fiery start with that proxied gateway. MarineLorD opting not to SEV scout, not to scout at all until that Reaper might get punished for this then, because he will not know what's going on for quite a little while. That's going to be a little tough here, as we do see the probe going to fight against the SEV there for a second, so a little bit of damage being dealt. A little bit back and forth at the moment. Gateway from MaNa is about to finish up, and that will head into the upper left-hand side and rally up there. Ready to go in towards the next couple of moments of this. Obviously ready to produce a Stalker or two. First Zealot coming across as well. The Reaper coming over. Again, MarineLorD has no idea about the fact that this is some sort of a proxy play. But he expands on the high ground anyways, which means that he will get away with the fact that he doesn't have to cancel the CC at least. But it's still going to be extremely difficult to defend 2 Stalkers and a Zealot at the front door. It's going to be really difficult because he doesn't have a bunker or units or anything. He sees it now. The Reaper actually finds the proxy, so MarineLorD knows about it. Well, can he defend it? Again, bunker coming up, but it's so delayed here. Reaper, for some reason, drops down to the low ground, hops back up, buying time for the bunker at least, as a Widow Mine will start from the factory. Reaper will turn around and throw down a grenade to blast the Stalker back. I mean, anything you can do to buy time at the moment is nice. And as we'll see, that Rack's going to rally those Marines back around, and we'll hopefully go towards that bunker then without too many concerns. There's 2 SCVs killed now, as we see the SCV is also being given up to repair the depot here. Doesn't want to let his opponent in, as we'll see now Reaper and the 2 Marines able to get in, and they're going to be able to defend this. The bunker gets, the depot, gets repaired as well. So good hold, nicely done. And we are just going to be seeing the orbital now morphing in on the high ground. MaNa yet to expand, as he has added on a proxied robo facility, so MaNa going to keep up with the aggression here going into this game number 1. And he's not going to let it up just yet, and well, I mean, MarineLorD sees a shield battery there, so that's already a bit of a sign that something's going on. It might just be a continuation of this push, but it definitely means that he's got to be aware of aggression continuing, right? Now, the Widow Mine out. Where is that position, Mr. Widow Mine? It is just right on the front. Obviously, if an observer comes out of the robo, though, you can clean that up very easily. Without much issue at all, actually. So, wouldn't mind just sitting around there as a few Stalkers continue to gather in. Just hanging out on the front. And again, just going to be seeing that probe from MaNa getting started here now as well. It's just getting this heading back home. 2 Stalkers able to come forwards. The SCV gets pushed up the ramp. Again, MarineLorD is probably eager to take his expansion, and well, the Mortal coming in, it's just the fact I don't think he really knows what's going on. The Observer here to potentially deal with that Widow Mine. There's the tackle siege up. The Reaper pulls back a little bit, and the Viking coming overhead. Scan is good to pick off the Observer there, so it's a very good scan, as we see. Again, the siege tank shot good on one of the Zealots. Just going to see that tank of MarineLorD going to siege. Again, just seeing the Marines gathering together. MarineLorD gathering this up in the main base. Viking just chilling out overhead. And again, the Reaper and MarineLorD just heading down towards the bottom right side. Immortal Chrono boosting out, so it's going to be 2 Immortals coming in at the front. So again, 2 tanks and Marines from MarineLorD all set up right now. Stalkers and a couple of Mortals from MaNa potentially can move forwards as the Reaper will not get much done across the map. MaNa is able to defend. A couple of probes might run around, and the Stalker as well. Does he save that probe? Yes, he does. Oh! How didn't that Reaper die? I have no idea how it survived that shot. And I think MaNa kind of had the same feeling. Like, how didn't that Reaper go down right there? As we'll see, the attempt to take the low ground starting to be established a little bit more so now. The tank on the high ground is big here. And with the Liberator as well, there is absolutely no way you can continue to deny this as MaNa. Another Observer going down. Gotta appreciate that. I mean, that's multiple Observers that have gone down this game. 2 more tanks coming down here. I mean, the Immortals just can't get in range of those tanks because of the Liberator shots. They do so much damage to this. As MarineLorD is actually maybe blocking his own CC with that tank now. It's going to be pretty close. It might just be behind it. No, I think it was blocking it just for a moment. It looks like with the Liberator here as well, MarineLorD will finally break out at 6 minutes and into his natural. MaNa's Nexus has just now started to really mine as well, so all in all, not so bad. But now the Mortals will be very annoying. Using the Warp Prism to jump into the main base. Marine's going to come in and try and defend this, but it's tough, man. I mean, now you've got like very low Marines from the losses you took before. I mean, very low Marines. Those Immortals, I mean, they can chunk through tanks. We know that, right? So he's going to try and dive on one now, but it doesn't work out. MaNa overcommits in, and that is a defense there, as those couple of Stalkers at the end will probably have to lift up and get out of here as well. Again, charge is just chrono boosting up here from MaNa. Just getting that charge chronoed right now. We see the Liberator from MarineLorD just hanging out at the front as well, sieging up that forward position. Observer from MaNa comes in. We are going to be seeing the Viking Liberator just coming through to pick off the Prisms. The Prism goes down, the Immortal will actually recall out of there alive. Nice save by MaNa. As overall, MarineLorD still a couple of workers up though. Now mining from this natural, gets his workers saturating here nice and quickly, gets the depot down to keep his, to keep himself from being supply blocked in Engineering Bay 2, and even with a 3rd CC in the main base. So going in towards that 3rd command center already. MaNa makes another attempt to press forwards into the natural. Liberator flies overhead and just goes down instantly. Man, well, MaNa finds 7 workers out of nowhere, and I mean, didn't really expect this attack to come in as, oh my god, the natural CC is taking damage as well. It's just because those tanks have been pulled all over the place defending again and again and again. I mean, you always want to leave a tank very far forwards, but you're afraid of those Immortals just being, picking off units. I mean, another Prism here as well. MaNa is still not building more probes. Immortal drops down, gets blown up in an instant as units on the low ground coming in as well, but I get the feeling this is just not going to be enough. Man, maybe if the tanks didn't target fire the Zealots though, because the Zealots obviously are causing a lot of friendly fire, so the tanks kind of blow themselves up. You see the SCVs here fighting. We should repair the tank as well, which he does. Another Immortal down. He loses the siege tank. Man, I mean, now MarineLorD's siege tank count is 0. He has, just rebuilt a new one. The Raven has no energy, so he basically has nothing to defend with as he's pushed away from his natural once again. I mean, the tank will be safe with the wall off there this time, and the Zealots will just lift up and back away. And again, come down to try and deny mining. It's just the Immortal just keeps coming out. Another Immortal every single time, it feels like. MarineLorD, what do you do? Again, you lost that, lost the tank count. And that really hurts. Now these Zealots have charged up the ramp. MaNa might be about to break through here. The Immortal drops in to kind of try and get the siege tank as well, and it will just not get it. Stimpack coming up as well. I think he sees the opportunity to maybe get the tank. Zealots drop down. Immortal 2, the tank falls. MarineLorD will type out GG as MaNa's consistent and just brute forcing method is going to be able to take game number 1. Our next game, which is going to be MarineLorD MaNa game 2. Hellraiser just picked up game 1 against Stefano. It would have been perfect, Would have been perfect. Yeah. Alright, let me fix up my StarCraft on that other screen super quick here, and we'll do our intros for this game. And I'll allow us to actually then watch those games as we were talking about before. Right, that should be it. Let me just check it's working quick. Yep, working at the moment. So as long as StarCraft opens properly, we should be good. Alright then. To the top right hand side, our red Protoss player from Team Liquid. This is MaNa going up against the blue Terran in the lower left hand side. Gaming's MarineLorD in this best of 3 series. Kicking this off in a moment or so. on a blue shifter, for obviously, and look to see how that's gonna be going. So it's gonna be seeing this gate dropping down in the main base, and we do see the probe currently from MaNa just coming across early game again, but it doesn't look as though it's going to place down a pylon this time around at least, and looks as though it's just going to be continuing to move over. Man, I kind of get the feeling that my laptop just doesn't want me to duplicate the screens right now, because it's lagging again. This has not been an issue the last few days. That's so weird, huh? Yeah. Alright, well, we are going to be set up into this cybercore dropping down from MaNa as the Nexus coming into play on the low ground. Command center building up in the high ground again, just being very safe here. MarineLorD making sure he's not going to get a cancelled CC or anything happening. And as we do see the pylon dropping down to try and block the add-on from building for a while, and we'll see if MarineLorD cares. Nope, he's just going to lift up and move to a different location, so probably one of the more responsible ways of dealing with that. I mean, definitely the right sort of way to go about it, right? Definitely the right sort of way to go about it. Alright, awesome. So, with this Reaper coming across the map, we do have a Nexus about to finish up from MaNa on the natural here, and meanwhile, you see the Gateway, the Cybercore, the Stargate, all of this getting going as well. And as we have MaNa just coming around with this probe, Reaper is going to try and hunt it down though, and is going to already start dealing with a couple of shots of damage there. Pylon now taking some damage as well. We are going to be seeing that starport finishing up momentarily as the Reaper will hop back up to the high ground. Doesn't take any damage still, so still some potential to get more damage done here as the Stargate is about to finish. Oracle, Chrono boosting out here from MaNa as well. So again, that Chrono boosters, we see the command center from MarineLorD lifts up, moving over towards the natural expansion. Widow Mine will come down to the bottom side. So, burrowing up that Widow Mine is the Viking on the way as well from MarineLorD here. And all looking good at the moment. Looking pretty nice to set up into a more regular, normal game, which I'm definitely a fan of. Wasn't exactly pretty so far, was it? So, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how this is going to go now, as we do have the Oracle coming down towards the bottom left-hand side. So a little bit of pressure from MaNa. Meanwhile, I mean, MarineLorD has that 1-1-1 build order, and he's already got a Viking and 2 Widow Mines, so he's actually well set up. One Widow Mine off to the right side and maybe catch the Oracle on an exit, and one in the natural behind the CC. Oh, and this Widow Mine is going to catch the Oracle. No, but he finds out where the Widow Mine is. Now, MaNa, he could Adept Shade Trick this here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. The idea is you come in at the right time with the Adept so that the Widow Mine fires just as the Shade comes down. Nice unburrow, nice reburrow, and MaNa has wasted time on his potential attack with those Adepts, trying to pull off that trick to absolutely no avail. In the end, it's a revelation, and these units will begin to back away. Good play by MarineLorD, though. He knew exactly what MaNa was trying to do there, and he paid it enough attention to say, no, not on my watch, buddy. That's not cool. So, yeah, fixing that up right away there. And that's all. That's good. I like it. A couple of Adepts here. Still just going to try and see if they can find something. Oh my god, they missed the Widow Mine. And the other one burrows up just now as well. Adepts again going to try and maybe Adept Shade Trick, and Widow Mine will just run away knowing the Adepts can't shade after it. Issue is now the Adepts will actually chase after it, and oh my god, he actually gets it burrowed again. At what point do you just revelate this Widow Mine in sheer annoyance of having to deal with something about it? Okay, Oracle Pulsar Beam will do the job, but very frustrating few moments there, obviously. Not exactly how you want this to be going. As you're going to see that Revelation dropping down, and again, a couple of Vikings and MarineLorD coming out to chase down those couple of Oracles. Over on the right side, we've got the Army of MaNa setting up as well. And still, a couple of Oracles just gathered up with those Adepts now. As you do see the Marines, the tanks, this Army of MarineLorD just setting up towards the bottom left. So all of this gathering together here. These 2 Oracles of MaNa still hanging out over towards the right. We're going to be seeing a pylon dropping down here as well. So getting that into position as MarineLorD goes for quite the push though. Marines, tanks, a couple of Vikings involved. No stim or anything though. This is just off of you know, basically 1-1-1, but going into the 2 extra racks behind it. Now Stim is on the way. Has a couple SCVs with this. Again, we've been seeing a lot of, you know, using the SCVs to build bunkers to wall off the army. And that might be what we see here. There's no third base, so nothing for MarineLorD to punish right away. Maybe MaNa looking to take the third base on the top side of the map. However, there's the bunkers, and the tanks are already going to siege up behind them. They already uses up the Zealot charge. So, I mean, the Zealots have already charged in here. Widowmine's about to go off. Vikings and a Liberator sieged up too, and I mean, well, I mean, they're going to be able to get rid of those couple of Oracles at least, push those away. And the Liberator will be able to push further forwards as well. I feel like this is a good first fight for MarineLorD. Loses 6 workers, though. Obviously, those bunkers will now not come up. He will try and build another one here. He also lost 2 of the siege tanks, which is painful as the Zealots charge in once again. MaNa looking to see what he can pick off right now as he's going to turn on towards the siege tank. Siege tank just survives. Stalker on the other side picks it up. And again, I mean, a couple of Vikings on the ground actually going to save the day for a moment. Oracles across the map now are going to get some SCVs. No defense for this in the natural, so that's another 7 Marines going down here. In a situation where you can't really afford to lose that many Marines as oh my gosh, that many SCVs as these Marines die as well. These Oracles have just killed everything. Oh my, 11 workers, multiple Marines have gone down too. What a disaster. Phoenix of MaNa here moving back over to the right. These Zealots also setting up as well, as we do see the Nexus dropping down on the third base. So getting the Nexus dropped into play here. We are going to be seeing those probes just going to pull from MaNa out across towards the third base as well. Again, Robo Facility in the Templar Archives going to be coming in a moment or two. You see those Zealots going to come charging in. A couple Oracles going to activate their pulsar beams and get rid of a few of those Marines. And MarineLorD just obviously got cleaned up on the other side.